Hi everyone, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a card to send to my son this week using the new stamp set that I received this week called En Route. If you'll recall, I have already shared with you that this is my favorite product suite in the entire catalog. It is called Best Route, and it comes with all of these products that are coordinated for you. When I did my last video, I didn't have the stamp set or the designer paper, but I do now. Today I'm going to feature a card though using the stamp set, and in a future video I'll show you the designer paper. My card base is going to be gray granite. I've cut it 8.5 by 5. No, I've cut it 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at the 5.5 mark, and my card is going to be this layout. To this, I'm going to add a piece of blueberry bushel paper, and then I'm going to add a layer of Whisper White. But here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to get a few things ready and die cut them out, and then I'll put the card all together. So I have a square piece of Whisper White, and to that I'm going to bring in the stamp that says "You're Pretty Great." And since I just got this, I have to peel off the backing, and I'm going to add it here. And then I'm going to take my basic gray marker, Stampin' Write marker, and I'm going to color the image. And I'm not going to worry too much about the signposts, and you'll see why in a second. And I'm going to really pay attention to the post part. So that's what I want to really stand out on this layer. And then I'm going to stamp it down like so. And then I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White. And first of all, I'm going to clean my stamp. It's like my washer and dryer. There we go. And now I'm going to ink the stamp a second time using Blueberry Bushel. Ink it up, stamp it down. Now I'm going to set that aside for a second. I'll clean that a bit later. And I'm going to bring in my Big Shot now. I have my magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad. I'm going to put my cardstock that I've stamped on. And then I'm going to use one of my Layering Circles framelits. And then I'm going to put the top standard cutting pad on. I'm going to hold it in place and run it through. And I have that signpost die cut as a circle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut on this second piece each of the signs on this post. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll be right back because you don't want to sit there and watch me cut. It'll take me a few minutes. I'll be back and then I'll show you my next steps. I've got my 3 pieces all cut out and ready to go, and I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Dimensionals and my paper piercing tool, and I'm going to stick a Stampin' Dimensional the right way down, hopefully. There we go. On each of the words on this signpost, and I'm going to attach them so that they're popped up. I love this extra dimensional capability as it adds interest to the card. Then I will have this layer ready to go, And I can go ahead then and complete my card. There we go. I hope you can see it. See the dimensional effect? All right, now I'm going to bring in my card layers. And in the previous video, I showed that I also bought the washi tape. So I want to incorporate the washi tape on this card as well. And for simplicity, I'm just going to lay it across the front. I could look at angling it. There's so many things I could do. But for this card, I'm going to use the blueberry bushel and the gray granite. And just lay these across the front. I'm going a little bit beyond the card itself, the cardstock piece, like so, and wrapping it around, because sometimes I find that washi tape can lift, so I don't want that. Cool. All right, I'm going to bring in my snail. Adhere this layer to my blueberry bushel layer, and then adhere it to my gray granite card base, and then we'll have another look. Okay, and now, ooh, that's so cool. I have this layer. And the other thing I did was, from the stamp set, there's this phrase that says, "Adventure awaits." So I have that already mounted, and I'm going to ink this up before I attach that layer. So I'm going to use my marker to ink it. I should have actually done it before I put all the layers together, but let's see what happens. Oh, perfect. Sometimes I don't stamp very straight. All right, then I'm going to add this layer. I love how this is taking shape. I'm going to add that to that, and then I have the Best Root enamel shapes, and I'm wondering, I think I'd like a pop of color. So let's try this. Let's bring up one of these direction arrows. See if I can pick it up. And I'm going to transfer it, whoop, maybe, over here, like so. And there we go, my card is completed, and I really like it. I chose the gray granite card base because what I'm going to do is write a letter inside. I send a letter every week to my son, so I wanted a lighter color so that my pen will be seen and the words that I write will be seen. So that's something that you might want to consider if you ever plan on writing a message inside. Think about having a lighter card base. There we go, my card is complete and ready to send off this week. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for everything, please head over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While you're on my blog, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. I send a newsletter out every week with a project that you won't see anywhere else. I'm Terry, I am Nuts About Stamping. I'll see you next week with another video. Bye for now.